On this episode of Will It Buff Out? What's up guys, welcome to another video. So I got hit by something the other day. I'm not sure, I always come back to my car. I park on the far end of the parking lots. My car's just a magnet for getting hit. So it's not a pretty sight. Let me show you what we got. This is not a pretty sight at all. Just a nasty scratch. Starts, kind of goes all the way down. This is just hideous. But let's see if it'll buff out. I'm gonna be doing basically a how to buff out a deep scratch on your car, and it should be a good video. I think I started a little bit over here and it just went all the way down, and I already started here and you can't see in the middle of that. It's really hard to see it actually. So hopefully the whole thing will be just like this at the end of this video. This is just, oh god, this is a shame. So you're probably asking yourself now, what do you need for this job? You can do it just by hand. All you need is just a microfiber cloth and then some rubbing compound. This is by Turtle Wax. They make a really good product. I'll leave a link to this. You can buy it in the description, probably at Amazon or somewhere. But I think it's like $6 to $8 and you get a decent amount. Next, what you're gonna want is a random orbital, and that's very important that it's a random orbital. This is just a polisher really. And this is made by Porter Cable. I will leave a link to this in the description below. I believe this is a couple $100, but it's well worth it. I think it was actually like $150. I just cleaned my car because it was all salty because I live in Maine. And what you're gonna wanna do is just prepare the surface really, just like wipe it down. All right, so what you can do, you can either put the rubbing compound on the scratch itself, or you can put it on your sponge. I'm just gonna do the scratch itself. Just kinda rubbing it a little bit, get it started by hand. It goes all the way up to 6. The higher, the faster. We're gonna start on setting 3 actually, and just go just like that. And just a little bit of pressure. You don't wanna dent the door, but you don't want it to just be like barely touching it. So firm, not too hard, and really just stay in one spot for a little bit and it'll do the work itself. And once you've done that for a little bit, just wipe it down with your cloth. And you probably have to go a couple times on this. So if you look really close, you can see it, but you can't feel it at all anymore. So you can see it was straight through here, and it was just like that before, or maybe even like that. And now you can see that it's just, you can't really notice it at all. You can kind of see it if you look really, really close, but from far away, you're not gonna notice it. It's gonna blend in, which is perfect. That's exactly what we want. Wipe it down a little bit. Well, it's coming along pretty well so far. You have a little bit more over here. This whole bottom part is looking pretty good, especially in the sunshine. You can't even see that scratch anymore, which is exactly what we want. Yeah, you can't really see it. I mean, you can see this right here, but that's not even the scratch that we were working on. Scratch was right here, just level straight across, and now it just looks like a nice shiny mirror. Now for the most satisfying part of this video is going to be the part we've all been waiting for. This disgusting scratch straight across the bottom of my door. Oh, just one long streak, and let's see what we can do. Now I moved up to speed number 5 out of 6, so a little bit faster. All right, now this was probably the worst part right in here. As we wipe it off, wow. Yeah, you can't even see it. If you look really, really closely, you can still see the like the lines it created, but you can't see it unless you're like really, really, really up close. So on that one, I went up to here. So that's why it kind of fades in, if you guys can see it on the camera. But from here on, let's look at it from a distance. Yeah, you can't even see it. All right, so now we just have here to here. Looking good, looking good. You can't even see that there was a scratch there. I mean, here's where it started. And if you guys remember, it just went straight over here. And now it's just a mirror. Now, this is also a really bad spot. And you guys had a good angle on it too. So I'm gonna leave this right here. So this scratch right here is probably the worst. This is kind of like where it started. And let's get it. Now I'm gonna use a little bit more. This is how much I'm using. A good amount for this. And I'm using setting 6 from now on. Or not setting 6, setting 5. So get a lot and just go to town. All right, moment of truth. Look at that.
This is a Chucky beat.
Boom. There we go. Now that is just like a perfect angle right here. So this is where it was. It was right here to here. And now it's just, you can't even see it at all. Yo guys, so now that I'm editing this, I noticed that you can still kind of see the scratch in a couple spaces, especially from where I started in the back and then up way in the front at the last spot. Now keep in mind that I only did each spot for maybe like a minute at most, or a couple minutes each time. And if you do it for longer than that, you're gonna get better results, obviously. I'm going to go back and do that in a couple weeks once I just do my entire car, once the weather warms up, because it was like 35, 40 degrees today. So once it gets into like the 50s, 60s, then I'll be doing a video on buffing the entire car and getting that shine perfect for summer. So yeah, let's roll the video again. All right, now that we're finally done, let's take a look at the results. You can still kind of see it a little bit right here. So that's all for the video today, guys. I hope you enjoyed. If this helped you, be sure to smash that like button and subscribe for more videos just like this. And I'm gonna leave a link to what you need in the description below. You can buy them. Yeah, this took about, what, 25 minutes at the most, and it was a big scratch. So if you have a small scratch, it'll be a piece of cake, 5 minutes. But yeah, pretty happy with the overall results. So I do this to my cars usually once in the spring, once in the summer, and it just keeps the gloss like really high after you wax it. So yeah, that's basically it. See you guys in the next video. Peace.
Only time you ever call me